हेलो फ्रेंड्स। तो आज ही हम पढ़ते हैं साइंस के कुछ इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन। पहला क्वेश्चन है, स्फेरिकल फॉर्म ऑफ रेन ड्रॉप इज ड्यू टू surface tension. Then second question is, the drop of water is spherical in shape. This is due to surface tension again. Then the raindrops are spherical because the water has surface tension. The tendency of liquid drop to contract and occupy minimum area is due to surface tension. Then the oil spread on water surface because surface tension of oil is less than water. Kerosene oil floats on water because its density is less than the density of water. Pressure inside a soap bubble is more than atmospheric pressure. If two bubbles of soap of different diameter come in contact with a tube, then what will happen? The smaller bubble will become smaller and bigger will become bigger. The next question is, a hydrogen inflated polythene balloon is released from the surface of the earth. As the balloon rises to an altitude up in the atmosphere, it will increases in size. What happens when some charge is placed on a soap bubble? Its radius increases. The next question is, consider the following statement. If there were no phenomena of capillarity, then it would be difficult to use a kerosene lamp. One would not be able to use straw to consume soft drink. Blotting paper would fail to function. Big trees that we see around would not have grown on the earth. Which of the following statements is given above are correct? So the option is, and the answer is 1, 3, and 4. It would be difficult to use a kerosene lamp. Blotting paper would fail to function. Big trees that we see around would not have grown on the earth. For which one of the following capillarity is not the only reason? Rising of water from the roots of a plant to its foliage. With the rise of temperature, the viscosity of liquid remains unchanged. Kerosene rises in the wick of the stove is due to surface tension. In a capillary tube, a fluid rises more as compared to water. It is due to surface tension of fluid is more than that of water. When an air bubble at the bottom of lake rises to the top, it will increase in size. Next, while traveling by plane, the ink of the pen starts to come out due to decrease in air pressure. In automobile, hydraulic brakes works on Pascal's law. Next one is, a sudden fall in barometer reading indicate that the weather will be stormy weather. Consider the figure of a fountain with four holes given below. Which one of the holes in the fountain will throw the water farthest? And the answer is option D. According to Torricelli's law, velocity of reflux is equal to under root 2gh. A liquid is flowing in a streamlined manner through a cylindrical pipe along with a section containing the axis of the pipe. The flow profile will be D. Which one of the following is viscous? And the answer is honey. The surface of a lake is frozen in severe winter, but the water at its bottom is still liquid. Why? Following are some options. So the answer is, the density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. In cold weather, aquatic animals survive even when water at the top layer of the lake freezes into ice because water has the highest density at 4 degrees C. So, underneath the top layer of ice, there is a layer of water. Fish can survive in a frozen lake because water near the bottom does not freeze. Increasing the amount of a substance does not change its density. At what temperature density of water is maximum? And the answer is 4 degrees C. Maximum density of water is at 277 Kelvin. Assertion: an iron ball floats on mercury but gets immersed in water. Reason: the specific gravity of iron is more than that of mercury. The answer is C, that is A is true but R is false. A needle sinks in water because whereas a ship made of iron floats on its because relative density of the needle is greater than that of water displaced by it. An iron needle floats on the surface of water due to surface tension. While lifting a bucket of water from a well, we feel that the bucket becomes heavier above the surface of water. 200 grams of water is filled in a weightless balloon. Its weight in water will be zero because the weight of balloon in water is equal to weight minus upthrust. That is 200 minus 200, which is equal to 0. The cloud floats in the atmosphere because of their low density. While floating in a sea, what part of an iceberg is above the surface of the sea? That is 1 by 9. An ice cube is floating in a glass of water. What happens to the water level when the ice melts? It remains the same. A body floats at 4 degrees C water. If temperature reaches 100 degrees C, then the body will sink. Why it is easier to swim in the sea than in a river? Because the sea water is salty. A body weight is highest in which among the following? Hydrogen. When a ship enters a sea from a river, what happens? It rises a little. Assertion: when a ship enters a sea from a river, it rises a little. As reason: the density of sea water is greater than that of river water. And the answer is that is both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Which of the following radiations has the highest energy per quantum? That is 200 to 280 nanometer. The visible range of solar radiation is 400 to 700 nanometer. The wavelength extension of visible light is between 390 to 780 nanometers. Human eye is most sensitive to visible light of the wavelength 5500 angstrom. The nature of radiation of light is like both of wave and particle. Light appears to travel in a straight line because the wavelength of light is very small. Which of the following statement is true? The light has a greater velocity. The speed of light in vacuum is nearly 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. The speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Velocity of light is maximum in vacuum. Speed of light will be minimum while passing through glass. The time taken to reach the sunlight up to the surface of Earth is approximately 8.5 minutes. Light from the sun reaches Earth in about 8 minutes. The sunlight from the sun to Earth reaches in 8 minutes. Which of the following has the highest velocity? That is light. When light waves pass from air to glass, the variable affected are wavelength and velocity. When light passes from one medium to another medium, which of the following does not change? That is frequency. When a ray of light travels from a denser medium to a rarer medium, then it speeds up and bends away from the normal. The formation of glittering colors in thin film of soap is the result of which of the following phenomena? Total reflection and interference. Total internal reflection can take place when light travels from diamond to glass. A cut diamond shines brilliantly due to total internal reflection. The diamond appears lustrous because of total internal reflection. What is the reason behind the extraordinary shining of the diamond cuts in a proper way? That is because it has a higher refractive index. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and other labeled as reason. Assertion: a diamond sparkles more than a glass imitation cut to the same shape. Reason: The refractive index of diamond is less than that of glass. In the context of the above two statements, which one of the following is correct? And the answer is that is C. A is true, but R is false. A, that is a diamond sparkles more than a glass imitation cut to the same shape. Optical fiber works on the principle of total internal reflection. The phenomenon used in optical fiber for transmission of light energy is total internal reflection. Which one of the following phenomena is used in optical fiber? That is total internal reflection. In fiber optic communication, the signal travels in the form of light wave. Consider the following statements. Fiber optics is based on the principle of total internal reflection. In an optical fiber communication system, power consumption is extremely low. Optical fiber communications are free from radio frequency interference. In India, Reliance Group of Industries is engaged in the manufacture of optical fiber, and the answer is 1, 2, and 3. Endoscope used by the doctors of for examining the inside of patient stomach works on the principle of total internal reflection. An endoscope is used by a physician to view the internal parts of body organ. It is based on the principle of total internal reflection. An endoscope is none of these. An endoscope is a medical device consisting of a long, thin, flexible tube which has a light source and a video camera. The reason of mirage is total internal reflection of light. Mirage formation is an example of total internal reflection. The technique to integrate and mark the image of a three-dimensional object is holography. Which of the following is used to take three-dimensional picture? That is holography. Generating image on a screen by focusing an electronic beam on phosphorus coated screen is called roster scan. Raman effect deals with the light rays passing through all transparent medium. For reproducing sound, a compact disc audio player uses a laser beam. When a compact is used in audio and video system is seen in sunlight, rainbow-like colors is seen. This can be explained on the basis of the phenomenon of reflection and diffraction. Consider the following statement. Light of longer wavelength is scattered much more than the light of shorter wavelength. The speed of visible light in water is 0.95 times the speed of vacuum. Radio waves are produced by rapidly oscillating electrical electrical currents. To detect the overspeeding vehicles, police use the Doppler effect of reflected short radio waves. So we have to tell which of these statements are correct. So the answer is that is 3 and 4 are correct. 3 is that is radio waves are produced by rapidly oscillating electrical currents, and the next one is to detect the overspeeding vehicles, police use the Doppler effect of reflected short radio waves.